that causes people to stay so loyal, because we have a lot of long-term people, and what is it that they all have in common? And after hours of trying to figure this out, we went through a few sessions. Some of them got pretty heated. The answer was so simple. It was really, really simple. We share 5 core values. Not just professionally, but personally. The people who work for Coast Hotels and Resorts have these 5 values in common. And the best thing that I have found about Coast Hotels and Resorts for myself, it's the first company I've worked for where I go to work every day and I'm me. I'm the same person I am at home as the person who comes to work. So when you see me around the hotel, I'm just me. I've worked for companies where you actually had to put on a face or put on a persona in order to fit in to what the culture was. For the first time in my career, I'm somewhere where I'm just me. And it's a really, really thrilling position to be in. So, talking about our values, and like I said, if you ever come for an interview, guess what I'm going to ask? So expect commitment, and these values are all laid out in order. We really believe that the first thing you need is commitment. It's like I said, you really have to want to do something, and then you're going to do a good job of it. Act with fairness. This is an interesting one, because a lot of employers say that they treat everybody equally. Is that really true? Is that really possible? In my world, it's not, because people are different. If you just think about the hiring process, if we hired 2 people on the front desk, equally good at attitude and delivering service, but one of them has worked with our company for a while, they know our property management system, why would I put them through the same training as someone who is brand new to our culture? Makes no sense. It's not fair. So that's the best way I can describe that value, is that we really look at people and try to treat them on their own merit without showing favoritism. And that's sometimes hard for people to get their minds around. Live with honor, this one is my absolute favorite. Coast Hotels, I really believe, is an ethical company. So if, for instance, we have something go wrong, we admit it, we fix it. There's a lot of companies that will try to sweep things under the carpet or ignore it, hoping it'll go away. Bad things don't go away. You got to face up to them and do something to correct them. So with my history with Coast, I know that's true. That's why I really believe that Live with Honor lives at Coast. Challenge the limits. Most people love this one, and it's really true. You can walk into Graham Barrett's office if you really have an issue, and he'll listen to you. It's about standing up for what you believe in and speaking your mind. It's about doing whatever you believe you can do. You can go as far as your imagination and energy can take you. And that really comes back to what Graham was trying to teach us when he first came in. There's a whole world out there. Let's go find it. Let's go find out who we are. Let's give ourselves some tools so we can be really successful. And win together. Nothing's better than that win together feeling where you've overcome something or you've just done a really good job and you get to celebrate it. So that's really who we are. That's really why I believe in Coast Hotels. And Graham was very much responsible for making sure that we found those answers. It's also important to realize that when you're developing your leadership skills, it never stops. You don't suddenly become a leader, and that's it. You have to keep working at it. So all of the things that, if you do have the chance to ever meet Graham and he talks to you about leadership, he's going to tell you that kind of thing. That leadership learning is not finite. It's something that just keeps going. So I thought I'd share with you some of my thoughts on leadership. So like I said a little bit earlier, if you really want to develop your leadership skills, you need to immerse yourself in the information. So read about it, talk about it, Expose yourself to people that you perceive are leaders. Ask them questions. Find out what it takes to be a leader. And you also have to think about what kind of leader do you want to be? Because leaders have various skills, various talents, various attributes. So really think about that and try to develop yourself into the type of leader that you're comfortable with. You also have to, if you want to remain a good leader and passionate, keep yourself inspired. So this is actually on a little plaque in my office that was given to me by one of my teams before I came to Coast, because they said they felt that represented me, because I really do believe in excellence. I believe in trying your best, doing your best, and when you do that, you're going to get excellent at what you do. So excellence is the result of caring more than others think is wise, risking more than others think is safe, dreaming more than others think is practical, and expecting more than others think is possible. You really have to have your vision if you're going to be a leader. Where do you want to go? And if you're passionate about that, people are going to follow you. Passion creates energy. And it's a beautiful poster that I saw this on. It's these dogs who are running through a field, and they're just so happy. Passion creates energy. Strike out with joy and exhilaration, and others are sure to join you. That's how you can make your life. Sean Atleo, he's the National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations. He's also a good friend of Coast. We do a lot of business with him. But I recently saw him at a Vancouver Board of Trade luncheon, and he was talking about leadership. And that's his quote. In positions of leadership, you do not have to have all the answers. What you do have is the opportunity to facilitate great conversations. And his whole concept is, if you're a leader, you have people around you. Surround yourself with good people and let them do what they do. Let them use their brains. If you're smart, you're going to find a lot better answers by doing it that way than by thinking you're the kind of leader that has to know everything and do everything on your own. So that was just a really inspiring thought to me to do that. And if you do want some just inspiring thoughts and quotes, that's a really good website. A lot of companies use that website if they want to give gifts that are inspirational. So they have things to do with leadership, excellence, all sorts of things. So it's a good one to go visit. So there's also one human attribute that I think is really important for leadership, and that's a sense of humor. Because I really believe that if you want to lead people and you can help them see the humor in situations, you're going to help them get through tough times. You're going to celebrate good times even more. And I think if you deliver messages that contain humor, people remember them longer. So with that in mind, I'm going to close my presentation with a screening of a little skit we put together. And this is for the Coast Plaza New Ambassador Orientation Program. It's called... Where am I here? Oh, sorry, let me do a recommended reading first. In Search of Excellence, really good book. Thomas Peters and Robert Waterman. That one's been around for a while. Good to Great, why some companies make the leap and others don't. That's really good to understand how companies approach business and how they change. Courageous Follower, another really good one on leadership. This one, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that's been around since mid-'80s, I think. I still have my first copy, still refer to it. Really good book and really simple information. It's just about putting it into practice over and over again. Stephen Covey also wrote another one, a little more recently, The 8th Habit, From Effectiveness to Greatness. And that's more about once you